This is a really odd story. A man named Frank Lercerf, he was driving, and his car got stuck at 125 miles per hour for an hour until his car ran out of gas. He was near the French city of Amiens, and he was making his weekly trip to the grocery store, and he was going 60 miles an hour roughly when the car's speed dial jammed. He tried to brake, and instead of slowing down, the car sped up. Each time he tapped the brake, the car sped up more and more. It sounds like some kind of wires were crossed, Lewis.
Who knows? Very strange malfunction.
Yeah, I'll say. And Lewis is very confused by this story. Eventually, the car reached a speed of 125 miles an hour, remained stuck there for an hour. Frantically, he called the police from his car. They sent an escort of vehicles, which kind of cleared the highway. He was able to just take the fast lane. They raised the barriers at toll booths so that he could just go through those. And eventually, the car ran out of gas. Now, I have so many questions about this. Number one, Lercerf has a lawsuit coming up against Renault, which should help figure out what exactly went wrong with the machine and may lead to him getting a ton of money. It's not clear. And 100 miles he went. Let's put up the map, Natan, if we can, of the trip that he made. Over 100 miles before finally he ran out of gas. Now, a couple of thoughts here. Number one, the only reason this would work has to be that European drivers actually stay out of the fast lane except to pass. In the U.S., you would have hit somebody going 55, in a vehicle within like a half mile.
Right.
So that's that's issue number one. But number two, why couldn't you either like put your e-brake on or just like turn the car off altogether? Or put it in neutral, and I guess the engine would overheat or something. But eventually, it would shut itself off. Although maybe it would explode. I'm not sure. Why did you have to drive around? Aren't there other ways to shut the car off?
I would assume so.
I just don't understand, and none of the articles I've read seem to address that possibility.
Yeah,
I've thought about what I would do if my accelerator got stuck, and number one is I would just pull up the e-brake, and number two is I would just try to turn the car off. And then three would be do something with the shifter and try to get the car in some kind of gear where this just, where the madness would stop. I don't know.
There's like 1 million comments on this article here, and none of them are about what he could have done to turn the car off. They're all talking about highway driving.
It's just very strange. It almost made me think that this was an Onion story initially, but there's no evidence that it's a fake story.
Yeah, it seems to be real. I don't understand how this can happen. Number one, electronically or physically with a car. Number two, I don't understand why his only option was to drive at maximum speed until he ran out of gas.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Can you think of anything, Natan, that we're missing here?
Well, the only thing would be that, well, no, I mean, certainly it should be reported on. I can't explain that. But in terms of the car, it occurs to me that maybe we were talking about this during the break, like the car has an electric ignition and somehow you can't turn it off for some reason. But, I mean, if that's true, that needs to be modified immediately.
Yeah, so it could be one of those where there's not even really a key. It's just like if the key is on you, you just press a button and the car turns on or that type of thing.
And I would assume that you probably can't turn it off while you're moving because that's probably just a safety feature.
Right.
Still, I think, why can't you put it in neutral?
It's just something about it is I'm not closing the loop on it.
If you put it in neutral, wouldn't the engine just explode?
Well, that's the thing.
I don't think it would explode.
I don't know if it would explode or shut down. It depends how new the car is. But if you had an over-revving engine burnout, I don't think it would be like a pyrotechnic action movie vehicle explosion.
No, I think your engine would eventually just
seize up, right?
Seize up, yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a very high chance it would completely destroy your engine.
Yeah.
But I think that's better than being stuck driving at 125 miles per hour.
For an hour over a 100-mile route.
It's quite a joyride there.
Very, very odd. And speaking of vehicles, today on the bonus show, I will tell the story of being rear-ended yesterday. I was in a bit of a car accident getting into the studio, and there's been a bunch of follow-up from it, and we'll talk about all the details on the bonus show, and you can sign up for that by becoming a member at davidpakman.com/membership. We'll take a break. Next, I will debate the executive director of the Libertarian Party about, I don't know, libertarianism. I don't know if it'll become a debate. Certainly there will be discussions, and I have a feeling I will disagree with a lot of what is being said. But in any case, that's next. Stay with us, and much more after that.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.